Hey, welcome to another session. 20 NL, 888, 6 max. Got 4 tables open. Just started the session about 2 minutes ago. We're already up about $13 as we pick up aces on the button. Wow, we're already up pretty comfortably. We're gonna make this 180, I guess. Just make it the standard 3x. As you can see, yeah, so we're up $5 here, up $6 here, and up about $2 here. So we've had a good session so far, and hopefully this aces hand is going to go well. If this guy re-raises, we'll be very happy to see that. As we pick up 2 pair, all of them call. Oh, the 8 Jack 2. Still getting value off queens and kings. I don't love it though. As we see the donk, I'm just going to flat here. Just going to flat. The king is okay, I guess. Oh, for God's sake, because he seriously just got set. Oh, for crying out loud. How can we fold aces here? I just don't. I really feel like he just has to have a set here. How can he not have a set? What's he going to have? Ace Jack? That's not betting this turn. Ace Jack's not betting this turn. How can we be winning here? I just don't think we're winning when he donks into 3 players. Oh, big fold. Big fold. Big fold. Tough fold. But I mean, yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem. Oh my god, I really don't know about that one. But I mean, he's obviously jamming. Like I'm facing a jam there, basically on the river. that's a very tough fold. It doesn't make sense for him. Like if we're gonna call there on the turn, so let's play this one again. Alright, so we 3-bet on the button. He flats from the big block. Why am I sitting out? Why the fuck am I sitting out? So that's annoying that I just randomly sat out. I don't know why that happened. But yeah, let me just readjust these table sizes so I can just see a bit more. Post blinds. I'll have to wait for the big blind again now. That's so annoying. But anyway, wait, what happened there with the queen 6? How did he play that queen 6, I wonder? As this top left table's going sour. Four-handed's not too bad. But look, so he flats from the big blind, and that's a very, very, pocket pairs kind of thing to do, to try and get this guy to call, and then suddenly if you hit your set, you're gold 3 ways. So anyway, he flats as well, and he donks into all of us for 270. Like, okay, so at this point in his range, Ace Jack, probably, yes. Jack, Jack King, possibly, maybe, if he's very loose. But that's pretty much it, right? That's like the only thing that makes sense if we're giving Villain the benefit of the doubt. We call. And then he bets turn, and then at this point it's like, whoops, he bets turn. And upon betting turn, he doesn't have any more Ace Jack. He still has King Jack, which we're losing to. He has 8s, he has 2s, he has Jacks still. That's it. I just can't see him betting out of anything else. I really can't. And he's effectively, if we go to the turn, he's effectively overbetting this pot because he's basically going all in. Like, I have to call all in. It's an interesting flop. I'm just going to check behind as we hit the flush. Not sure how I feel about that. I think I'm going to check call. Bets 40p. I'm going to call that. And then reassess depending on his river sizing. We get a call from this guy as well, so I don't really feel great about that. King 7, yeah, I'll bet that. Ace Jack, yes please. It checks to us. Can we get value from much here? Yeah, I actually think we can. I actually think we can. Bet a quid. We're getting looked up by 2 pairs and sets. I mean, obviously they don't have sets and 2 pairs very often, but they can call us up with worse set with what when we make it a quid, we can get called by worse flushes as well, and that's fine. Folding to a raise, obviously. Don't see it anyway, so that's fine. Definitely betting here. I'll bet 90 cents. Probably not getting too much action, but worse aces are definitely calling. Weak aces. Okay, so that's... Don't get any callers. That's not too bad, I guess. We've got a gut shot on the top right. But do I want to bet second to act? It's kind of a dry board, but we do look strong when we bet there. I actually think I should have bet there. I would have liked to have bet there. The board pairs up, so I'm not bothering with that anymore. Not calling the 3.5xer here, blind versus blind, even with the suited 1 gapper. And I'm just check folding at the top right. I will obviously call here with 9-8 suited, and we hit 2 pair on the 7-8-9 board. I have to bet that out here. Have to bet out here. Gonna just make it a quid though. We get snapped by this man. Lots of bad turns for us. A couple of very good turns. Unfortunately, that's a very bad turn. Jack and 6 is now a straight. And that's an awful river for us, obviously. Not really sure how to continue here. We're probably not being any bets. I probably will just fold to a river bet. Yeah, I'm just going to fold to that. I don't really see how we're being anything here, unfortunately. Unless he's turned like 8s into a bluff. Unless he's turned like a pair of 8s into a bluff, I don't see what we're beating there really. Just gonna call here. Could have made it like 120 at the bottom right, but I decided just to call. Hit top pair medium kicker. I'm gonna go for value straight away. I'm just gonna donk off. I think that's fine with the hand we've got. I don't think people are going to be betting 8s, but I think they'll definitely call a donk with like a pair of 8s. Like people will be calling with like 9-10. Even some gut shots probably find a call. So I think that's absolutely fine to donk off there. Everyone did just fold. Going to utilise my position here, make it 85 with the limper behind. I think that guy is a pretty weak player as well. Just my hand I played earlier. Ace Queen from the hijack. So goes cool, and that's a good flop for our range really. And the under the gun player opens to 40. We see a donk to 135. I'm not going to get tangled up. I think he's got spades. I'm not going to get tangled up. I'm gonna. Oh, God's sake! I was gonna call. I don't mind folding though. I've got no problem with just finding a fold with Ace Queen. The only reason I was inclined to call is because he's opened 59% of his hands. We've only got 17 hands on him, but he's still. And we'll be interested to see how his under. Okay, so he folds. This guy's probably strong because to 3-bet under the gun from the small blind, like it's not like a light 3-betting spot because his under the gun range is so strong. So he's repping extremely strong there when he 3-bets from the small blind, unless of course he's ISOing because he's labelled this guy as a fish, which is possible. I'm going to flatten position here with King Queen. It's just a 2-bet, even though it's a very large one, but King Queen's very strong. And we hit top pair, good kicker. Definitely going to be calling on the button here if this guy decides to c-bet. He checks to us though, okay, that's interesting. Definitely going to bet, Don't love it, but are going to bet. I'm going to bet quite small here because I don't think this man is going to... I don't... Oh, wow, we see a call. Okay, that's interesting. So we see a call and a fold. 3 of spades rolls off. Is this guy... Are we going to go for value again? What kind of hands can we expect here? Is there value to be had? You know, there probably is from worse queens. And we have a reasonably easy river decision if he calls, because we'll probably just quite comfortably check behind. He just folds, okay. I was going to say we can quite comfortably check behind, and also if he bets out, I'm probably just finding a fold on river because we're pretty much playing a queen face up at that point. And if he's donking off river, he's very much representing a queen. Representing a hand that beats a queen, and I expect him to have a hand that beats a queen when he donks river. So our river play is super simple, so I don't mind like just value betting there on the turn. It makes our future decisions very easy. 8-9. I'll open that if it folds to us bottom left. Yep, go on then. Go on then. 10 cent more. Might get punished here from this man. Save that layout. Flop a gut shot. And in a limped pot, I'm actually going to go for it here. Just going to bet 42. Alright. Hey. Yeah. Yeah, that's mine. Yeah, that's my raincoat. Yeah, that's fine. No, Mum. Close the door after you, please, Mum. Yeah. I'm going to raise here top left and then fold to a jam because, our under the gun range is so strong. He just flats and we flop a flush draw. Have to go with this. I think we bet like 780, obviously calling off a jam. He just folds. Okay, so that's very interesting to see. That's a pretty interesting hand, that. I'm going to mark that. Oh, Jesus, I forgot to mark the kings. I forgot to mark the tough aces spot with... I'm just going to fold. Forgot to... This is an easy squeeze. This is actually such a good spot with kings. So what would we make it? 140, 280? I'm actually going to make it 290. Make it quite large. Good, like a good squeeze when I've got a good hand. Because this does feel like a spot at the bottom right where I can get out of line. It's going to call with eights. Not great. Inviting a squeeze, but it's pretty comfortable. Now you've got to think about what we're getting value from. I know we're out of position here with kings. Invited the squeeze, pretty much asked for that. I'm just going to fold. I'm actually just going to check. Yeah, we just checked anyway, it's fine. He bets 502. What on earth is that? I got an overpair. Gonna call what? Oh, that's a good turn card for us, I guess. And I'm gonna check him again. We're gonna be going in here. He can have jacks and nines pretty often. And he obviously can't have ace king suited, can't really have a flush. The only flush he has is ace queen, like one combo of ace queen. That's not a particularly good river for us. Gonna 3-bet here to 180. Gonna make this 3 dot. Oh. You can call us off with a set. I'm trying to get value from nines and jacks. Oh my god, how the I mean, that's just disgraceful that he can have that. Ah, Jesus Christ. Nothing like the old 4-7 suited. old 4-7 suited. The old 4-7 suited. I mean, that's why these stakes are beatable, because people play 4-7 suited. Oh, for God's sake. I think you can definitely have sets there enough that I don't feel bad about that one, really. That's just a ridiculous hand. I feel bad about the Queen's one, though. That's awful. I can't believe I folded those queens. That's so bad. That's just me being rusty, basically. I'm going to check, try and get an ace to bet out. Yeah, that's good. Hopefully this guy stays in. No, he doesn't. Just going to call and I'm going to check to him again. And then I might... Checks behind. Very safe river card for us to bet about 190. He can call us with aces, which he probably has. About ace 10 or something like that. Yes. Called the ace 10. See, it's so obvious that he had a medium ace. Well, pretty obvious anyway. It just made sense for him to have that hand. Are we down now for the session after that loss? Why won't it show... Why is it not doing the layout that I want it to have? That's so annoying. Give me the layout I want with like profit on there. Why is it not doing that? So I've got to go here and then go date today. So -5. Pretty ridiculous hand. I want to try and find that aces hand. Where's that big aces hand that I had? This is so annoying. This layout is horrible. Why can't I... Where's the old layout? Where it shows the hand that you had and everything. This is awful. Is it this hand? There was like a jack there, wasn't there? We folded turn. Oh, this is such a horrible layout. There was a jack and we folded turn. That's all I remember. Where on earth is this hand? Oh, was it this one? Yeah, it was this one. Okay. Review. Okay. Just check. Fold. Fold. Hit top pair with the jack deuce. Not love and life, but feel pretty good. Can't believe that hand. Where's that hand that I tagged for review? With the old... Just going to check here. Not going to call that even in position with a hand like that. Kings, obviously, king of clubs is probably like the worst turn card in the deck. But, oh well. I don't feel bad about the check. No, because we're not getting value off anything worse. 10's not bad. I might value bet here. It's tough for us to be beat. The only hand that's beating us is like Jack 5. Could lose to a better Jack, but that's the only thing I really expect. Yeah, okay. So we take that one down. He probably has like a 10. Oh, ace 4. Okay. See, if we'd bet flop, he probably just throws it away. Maybe not. He probably sticks around for one card, actually. So it doesn't really matter how we played that. We ended up getting paid the same, I guess. 10s with a bet to 60s. Opened 44% of his range. Just going to fold. I don't like calling because then it's just like... It literally asks one-on-one all of these players whether they want to squeeze. And, you know, I don't want to be giving all those opportunities to squeeze away. Bet this one's 55, blind versus blind. Okay. 35p more, seems reasonable. Checks and then a king hits. That's pretty good for his range, so I'm just going to check fold. I don't actually think he'll call with queen high. So I think we can bet like a quid here. He can have lots of ace highs. That was pretty spewy, actually. I mean, he's calling with ace highs. Yeah, that was actually just terrible. Definitely shouldn't have bet there. But let's look at this king's hand. Raise to 70, fold, call. Okay, so he calls with 4-7 suited. I raise to 290. Folds to him. He calls in position with the 4-7 suited. Flops a flush draw. He bets 5-10. I call. He turns the flush draw. And then he just plays itself. Pretty good turn card for him. Giving me the set. Giving me top set. Giving him a flush. And like I said when I was running through the hand, it's so difficult to put him on a flush. What can he have? He can't have ace king. He can't. He has one combo of ace queen that's beating me. That's it. That's the only card that's beating me. It literally has one combo of all possible hands that I'm losing to. Really. Sure, 30p more, whatever. Oh, thought I was flopping 2 pair there. If it had come ace 6-8, I'd be very happy. For that sizing though, you know, I will stick around for another card. It was, that's why you stick around for another card. That's a good flop, a good turn card for me. Hopefully he has like ace queen, ace king, something like that. Bets a quid. We've got 3 of a kind here. I don't mind making a smallish raise. Making it like 250. I say smallish, like less than the. I'm just going to fold 3s. So he's just messing around there, really. King, jack suited. Go on the big blind. What's he open? What's his VPIP from the big blind? I've got hardly any hands on him. Yeah, go on then. I'll give it an open. Small blind flats. Bit fishy, given his stack. Probably expecting this guy to be quite fishy. See a 3-bet from the big blinds. See, the thing is, I expect him to be ISOing this man quite a lot, so I don't mind just raising here. I thought that is quite a good spot to raise. Got such a weak hand though. Go on then, you can have your man ISO'd there. Congratulations. I'm making this 80p, standard stuff. Probably goes fold. Hopefully this guy calls though. He did limp in, so it'd be a bit weird if he then just folded to a raise. I expect him to have a lot of pocket pairs, so he... Oh wow. The same hand as me, and I would have hit the flush. But I probably wouldn't have got that far, unfortunately. He bets 40p. I'm going to call in position and see what else he wants to do here. See, I can't be having that though. I can't be having him make it 60. I'm going to raise that to 2. Hope he has something of some kind. Checks to me on the jack river. I'm not going to bet very large. I'm going to bet 3. Hopefully he calls me with a king. King 10, king ace. He can have king jack. I'm going to make it 3, and then my plan was to fold to a raise. Out position with queen, so I'm just going to check to him. He checks and the 5 comes. Okay, that gives me enough confidence to bet. Not going to bet too large, given he's shown a bit of weakness there with the check behind on the flop. He does call though, and the ball pairs up, and the flush draw comes in. It seems like I just have ace king, so I'm just going to check call here. I'm just going to check call. Seems like a good card for him to barrel. Yeah, just going to check call. 4-3. Yeah, it seemed like a good card for his range, good card for him to barrel. I didn't want to value bet because then like all of his bluffs just fold, and he has a lot of. I feel like he does have a lot of hands that are floating the turn with, so I thought I'd check and just give him a chance to bluff there. Yep, 20p more with 5-8, sure thing. What are we looking like now? Oh, the road to recovery is coming. The road to recovery is coming. 5-8, pretty bad flop for all of our ranges, really. Could be a 9 there. This guy could definitely have a 9 when he bets so large, when it donks off so large. He also could obviously just be taking advantage of the fact that it's really difficult for any of us to have a hand on this flop. You know, there's 2 9s left in the deck, and given it's a limped pot, we don't, or a 2x pot, you know, button versus blinds, like, there's not many aces about, really. So it's very difficult for anyone to have a hand. See, it checks, he checks, he doesn't donk again or c-bet out of position again on that king of clubs turn. He surely can't call this bet here on the river. I think Selbula, the guy on the button, has got a 9 and he's checked back turn, hoping that this man would value bet an ace on the river that he could then raise. That seemed like a plausible thing for this guy to be doing. A bit of dry hands. Could call here in position with a suited king. In fact, yeah, go on then, I'll just call. Don't love it, but it's always nice to flop a flush draw on top pair. Checks, easiest bet of my life. Make it 70p. If he raises, I'm just going to call. Ace of diamonds is the best turn in the deck. Ah, he folds. That's fine. I wouldn't have been loving life if he'd called flop anyway, really. Unless a diamond rolls off. Because really, like... Maybe he calls him a 10, but like... A good 10, like... Ace 10, you know... Obviously we're losing to king 10, but... You know... 10 queen maybe finds a call. But other than that, like... You can have a lot of better kings that we're losing to. King 9, king 10. Which obviously is 2 pair. King queen... Ace king maybe, but I don't think many players would have the balance to or this play style to 2x king 10 from the cutoff or from the hijack. Bit of a weird flop here, the 7-8-7, the short stacker. I basically have just given up on the hand here. Maybe 10 high is good in some faraway universe, but not this one. 8-10, I'll raise 8-10. Haven't seen much 3-betting versus the blinds at this session, which obviously means I'll immediately be 3-bet from the big blind. There you go. What's this 3-bet? 0 after 55 hands. Yeah, go for it, mate. You can have that one. Whoops. 3-bet versus position. Yeah, okay, so we've seen him do it like once. Why did it say 3 bets? Oh, it's a 6. Oh, yeah, because we just saw him do it there. Idiot. Idiot player. Queen 8 versus someone who has never 3-bet. Okay, I'll open that up. Never 3-bet. The sample size obviously is nothing. It's 50 hands, but whatever. Seems fine to me. As we see a big jam with... What? Big jam for 50 big blinds with 10 queen. And it's going to get there. It's going to get there. The old 10 queen ball. That's a noteworthy hand. That's a noteworthy hand. Hands. Review. Aces! Gonna make that one 60 under the gun. It'll probably just fold around, because I'm under the gun. You know, aces is kind of the worst place to pick up aces under the gun. Looks like it's going to fold around here. Love to get it in. Yeah, unfortunately so. Gonna flat here with threes, go for the old set mining out position. Don't get there, unfortunately. Pretty good for his button opening range, I suppose. I don't know how much he's opening from the button, like half of his hands. Yeah, I'll call with queen 9. Not a good flop, and you can have it versus the threes. Not gonna call again. Fold, fold. Suited ace. I'll raise blind versus blind. That seems fine. Nope. Six, 7 on the button against someone who's 4-bet. Just 4%, 137 hands. Fold blind to steal is 83 by the looks of it, I think. Plea flop, attempt to steal, fold blind to steal. He's okay, yeah, go on then. We'll try it. Seeing as okay, we get immediately 3-bet. That's interesting. To be fair, his 3-bet is 12%, so I've got to give that to him. I'm opening 9 queen against anyone, let alone someone that's never 3-bet and folds a button 86% of the time. Wow, getting 3-bet a lot here. What's going on? We are getting 3-bet a lot from the small blind. Guess I need to tighten up those button opening ranges, I suppose. They were very tight for a while. Like I used to have very tight button opening ranges. Why have I sat out there? I don't want to sit out. I didn't ask anyone to sit out. Post my blinds, please. Must have just missed the hand. Didn't realise it was going on. We see a call from the small blind, which is okay, but it's okay. But you see, this flop, if that 3 was like a 6 and it was like 6, 7, 9 or something, I'd feel pretty scared. 60. See, there's plenty of good turns here, and you can have a lot of weird stuff here on this board. Oh, okay, so we see the big raise. I'm getting out of this hand. I expect this guy to have 8s and 7s quite often. I opened the 10s, didn't I? Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm hoping for that card. I'm just gonna check. What I have 5, so that's pretty poor from me. 10s, not gonna bother on that one actually. I don't think. Am I? 40p so little, and we've still got pretty good implied odds to hit the 10. If we hit the 10 and this guy bets out again, then we can. Okay. I'm just folding there. 8 queen, 37 more. We've got good equity if we hit. See, that's good there because we've flopped the second nut flush draw. This guy does have the ace of diamonds a fair amount in his range. Ace queen with the 8 queen of diamonds, ace jack with the ace of diamonds, you know, stuff like that. Okay, so this ace queen hand's interesting. I'm just going to fold. This is quite a strong 3-bet here. Just going to check, I guess. Queen rolls off, which is an interesting turn card. Yeah, I am going to bet this with second pair. Might go fold, fold. In which case we just definitely have the best hand. But I guess we want to charge this the ace of diamonds. I mean, I'm not really sure what that bet means on the turn, but not betting seems really weird. Maybe it's just a check. Maybe that's just a check there. Not sure how to play that one. Didn't manage to get a review out on that one. Go on then. 10 cent more with the suited king. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Aces versus jacks versus the flopped 2 pair, the 9-8. Who's going to ship this one with a 4? Oh, I didn't see the ace. Didn't see the ace. Forgot about that ace. Not surprised to see that 3-bet there often. Going to call here because we've seen that guy. In fact, I'm going to re-raise. I'm going to make it like 450, so I guess I make it like 432. See what he does here. If he jams, then I respect that. 8 kings, we flop 2 pair. That's just a great flop for us, obviously. And we're going to bet 550. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to bet 5, and then call off a jam, obviously. He just folds. Okay, that's an interesting one there. Probably should have re-raised with the 7s. Yeah, that's probably poor from us. Going to check. Deuce is pretty innocuous turn. When he checks again, I'm going to bet, try and get value from ace high. Because he can definitely find a call with ace high. I'm going to make this one a quid. £1.10 to go. In position with 2 limpers behind. I think that's absolutely fine to just exploit anyone that's limping and then, you know, limping behind a limper is the kind of person I want to get into a flop in position, even with a hand like 8 king. Wait, is that the same hand we had last time? The old 8 king? Oh, he did as well. Haha, it's exactly the same hand. Jesus Christ, what are the chances of that? Exactly the same hand. Not as good of a flop this time, but we are going to utilise our position here, make it like 155, I think. He can fold a lot of his hands, yeah, and he just does. Go ahead and fold. Just going to call with ace jack. That's a strong position he's got here, and I'm not loving this position here. I mean, obviously we've got top pair, good kicker, but I'm not loving it. We do have kicker problems very often here, which is obviously a shame. Can't have to call once though, obviously. Now we've got even worse kicker problems, because if he does have ace 10, then we're now losing to that as well. He checks behind. What do I want to do here when he checks behind? I actually like check calling. I think check calling's fine. He checks behind pretty often, but I don't mind check calling. Oh, for fuck's sake. Makes it 350. I'm probably just going to fold. I don't really see what we're being here. We've got pretty nasty kicker problems. Yeah, I'm just going to fold. I mean, 350 just seems like a big bet. In fact, that's the ultra aggro guy, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. I should have realised that. I would have called off. I'd known that was the ultra aggro guy. I would have just called off. Pretty good flop for my range. Oh, that's dumb from me. I should have called that. That's so silly. This hand has died off, evidently, as we flop through a kind. Going to push our advantage. Hopefully this guy has a queen. Oh, looks like he might. Going to make it 380 and then fold to a raise. Hey, looks like he had a queen. Queen king probably. Just queen 4, so he had 2 pair. It's a nice hand for us though. Out of position this time. Just going to check with the queen 6. Ace jack. Just going to check, fold, check. It's the ultra aggro guy. Okay, folds this time. I might have been willing to get it all in there if the same thing had happened. If I'd raised, he re-raised, he 3-bet, and then I 4-bet like I did last time, and then he jammed, I'd be half tempted to get it in with ace jack against that ultra aggro guy. Wonder what his 4-bet percentage is. 4-bet after raising, 2 out of 10 times. And given that he's 3-betting 19%, that's what, 20% of that range of 19? So that's what? That's like a 4% range. He's 4-betting like 40% of his range there. I'm going to see out next big blind. Pick up ace king. That's always a nice hand to pick up when you're sitting out the next hand. And it just goes fold, fold. I'm out of that table. In fact, I'm out of all the tables here. That's the end of my session. What's it looking like now? Are we up? Well, hey, we're up. We managed to salvage the session after that crazy 100 big blind loss with the old versus the old 4-7 suited, which called a raise and then called a 3-bet, a big 3-bet. Oh well. Can't really feel bad about that one when you're dealt top set versus a flush that can't really even be a flush. He has so many sets in his range. Obviously that guy doesn't have a range because he has 4-7 suited. So you can't play against that. And obviously I'll be labeling him as a fish from tomorrow when I go back and review the session. Wouldn't normally open ace-4 suited, but I will, seeing as this is my last orbit. So that's obviously really fishy, but I don't really care. It's only 20 NL. And opening ace-4 suited from the cutoff's fine anyway. I'm just saying I'm a tight player, so I wouldn't usually do that. Not a very good flop, but definitely a c-bet flop. Difficult for him to have anything here. Could call to get stubborn, of course. And in that case, there's some decent turn cards for us. Clubs, aces. I'm actually out of all the tables. So yeah, decent session. Obviously very frustrating to lose that 100 big blind pot. But I thought we played well. I had that tough spot with the aces. But yeah, I thought decent session.